So you're the blonde traveler that everyone's been talking about. My apologies for not recognizing you earlier. Oh, a magic pocket? Seems you really thought of everything. I guess it's thanks. Oh.
Huh? I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecy's true, it's still gonna be a long time before the water can cover everything. Life is all about living in the moment. What use is there in worrying about the future all the time? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
You should still take it. You never know when it'll come in handy.
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that if I start moving, that means I've already given up on the life I have.
What's this? Ah, so you also believe in the prophecy. Keep it. I won't have any use for it.
What? You mean you don't believe in the prophecy?
No, I believe in the prophecy. But I also believe in another story. The story says that people once lived in the ocean. They were one with the ocean, but as time wore on, people desired to live on land and developed blood vessels, encapsulating the sea within their body. So, if you ask me, when the water rises and takes us all, it'll be like we're going.
Oh, we hadn't heard that one before. But people can't live underwater. They'll die.
All right, I'll take it. I guess I just feel that being dissolved into the water...
Oh? You already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. So, what did people have to say? I bet you heard some, interesting opinions. Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare.
Is there anything else you need?
Yes, one...
So, you want to collect
Oh, that would be much...
It seems we have to use Hydro to collect for maritime cloud. Shower me with praise!
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced traveler. I've also finished collecting a few here. Maybe next time you'll feel like...
No way. I'm in power-saving mode today. Otherwise, I fear I may not have any...
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off.
So, we're going to the Court of Fontaine before we head to the Opera House?
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Huh? What's wrong with her?
She's obviously a thief. Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't watch her movements carefully.
Oh, he's right!
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she... All right.
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see.
This is the spot where Lenny wanted us to wait. Oh, look! Isn't that her? Oh no! Did she notice us? She started running the other direction! What should we do? Should we chase her? You're right. She might also... Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Lenny caught the thief. Yeah, let's go.
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything else.
No, that was all. Oh, I can't thank you enough. I didn't notice. Anyway, I should be going now. Thanks again.
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground.
I saw the general direct.
Oh,
I'll be all right.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing
You're... I have to admit that the thief was even more skilled than I had anticipated. But at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so it wasn't a complete failure.
what a slippery little thief. Guess things turned out all right in the end, though. Lenny's initiative paid off.
All right.
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around. People in Fontaine really know how to use water.
This is an aqua bus. It allows people to travel, but it's pretty convenient.
So you mean it's still boring, even when I'm riding with you?
No, that's not what I meant. Besides, it doesn't...
Guess That's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave.
Oh, excuse me! Aren't you the great magician Linny? And his assistant Lynette?
Hello. I don't believe we've...
I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on...
It's an honor to meet you. Wait, could that be the legendary traveler who's been making headline after headline in their journal?
Amazing!
I wouldn't be... Wow.
Today, what's so, Charlotte? What do you...
Well, when there isn't you could still manage to keep readers' attention. For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships. Or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for... That's fine and all, but what I'm really after... Oh, I just remembered! I've been following a case... You mean the That's right! These stories are the talk of the... If I'm the first... Oh! When that happens, I bet all the other...
So, what is the...
That's right! And ever since, but the scariest part... Many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen. Yes, it's possible.
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear.
Please don't imagine that, Linny.
Hey, we're almost there! Look!
Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you.
Yeah, us as well!
Oh, I have an interview.
Okay,
Bye now. Oh,
what a tough job. Always running around.
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home?
Sure, we would've...
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home.
Oh, they all just went out.
I see. Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine.
Hello.
Nice to meet you! Paimon is Paimon.
Linny, could you come here for a moment?
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me? Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's not. Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic pockets. Were you able to get any, Fremine?
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials. I was about to give them to you.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the underwater work. All right, I'll take these to the workshop.
Looks like rain.
Oh, you're right. But was
I'm afraid that's just how it is here.
what's wrong, Frem?
There's a legend about. It said that when I was a child, my mother told me that if I Hydro Dragon.
If it's an elemental dragon, let Paimon try something. Hydro dragon, don't cry.
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you...
Sorry. It rained for longer than I said.
Was there something you
Yeah, on the day of the performance, just ride the aquabus to the island of Araneus.
Oh,
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a perhaps we could trouble. I'm afraid that
No trouble at all.
sorry for the inconvenience.
Oh, no need.
Thanks again, you two.
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made? Or perhaps you're just looking for a chat with me.
Oh, no. We're just here to deliver some materials. Here they are. They're for making... what were they called again?
Ah, these must be for magic pockets. No need. They've already prepaid several, but they insist.
Whoa. So...
I can't.
Hey!
Why use your hand?
But where does a big...
Well, but basically.
Huh?
Well, I'm not. When a trial isn't.
So that's what... But... Paimon still doesn't get... Oh, yeah! So that means the...
Even though I've never heard. Besides indemnity, it isn't produced by the.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away.
You again?
Yeah, but
Huh?
Seems business isn't so...
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying to collect payments, if Confreri of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine.
you're from North...
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
We're surprised to see you, too! What are you doing here in Fontaine?
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now, and honestly, things have been pretty boring. But it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good friends here now, but ones who always seem to find trouble. Either way you look at it, it seems things are going to get a lot more interesting now.
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting.
Hey, you!
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into—
You kidding? Listen to me.
Hey, I just said not to interrupt. Oh,
Hey! That's way over the line! All right, boy!
can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get— You're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses.
Paimon
You're mine. Who's next?
Oh, what's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank? Wait, don't tell me you're...
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you understand that you don't mess with Northland Bank. Got it? Huh?
Now's my chance!
Huh. That was weird. I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my...
Strange. How...
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay...
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child? I don't see its work.
Well, I guess it's because...
Huh? What?
But recently, there seems to be some sort...
Maybe...
That is a I can't remember if it was during that time. She was always quiet. One time, because I had awake...
But... What is it?
She never explained that. But my guess is that in my dream, I was...
A whale? Oh, that's so...
It takes that shit...
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? Huh. Seems a little twisted to Paimon. So why don't you just go ask your master?
You make it sound so easy, but it's been years now, and I've still found nothing. There isn't even a trace of the place where I remember falling into the abyss.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm out of... Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you.
What? More work for the Northland Bank?
No.
Official champion?
Yep, in Fontaine before a criminal goes to court. The champion duelists are so engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of and the worst case scenario, though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty. So really, the only...
So...
Apparently it's besides, none of the champion duelists, apparently the one...
Well, that's child for ya.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have this.
Huh? You're...
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrolled. Besides, I just...
Paimon knows what you're up to. That sneaky guy. Well, seems we don't have much to do for now. Wow! Who could have seen that coming? The reporter who was barely a... sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. Whew. Paimon never saw that. The whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. Both have their merits, but Paimon thinks this style of novels are more... well, novel. It's so exciting to reach the moment when... Oh, sorry about that. Paimon will be more careful next time. Hey, shouldn't we be heading to the Opera House to see Linny's performance soon? It's almost time for the show to start, so... Linny said that the Opera House is on Aranias, so let's go ride the Aquabus! People standing around the fence.
Oh, Archon.
I don't know why you always feel the need.
I guess if there are, kid.
Maybe this is one of the
Vache.
What's wrong?
Vache. Vache.
No, Paimon didn't say anything.
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine.
Right.
What do you mean?
Hey,
I see. In fact,
It's because of his...
when do you cry?
Wait, what?
Just answer me.
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and...
Then you should understand that tears contain your like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucy. So maybe what you heard was the intent.
So, what did the voice say? Huh.
Rather than worrying, don't let that calm look.
Oh, right.
Ah, Traveler in Paimon. Good to see you.
Are you kidding?
But you're actually right on time. The audience still... The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seats, and here...
Ooh, front rows.
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep...
Hey, Lenny! Could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. Oh, these should be our seats. Come on, let's sit down. Uh... Hey, Traveler. Maybe we... Oh, you...
Excuse me, I did not... I would be perfectly...
Oh! Wait, that's not it, Paimons. Sorry. Oh!
A friend?
Oh, so you're not nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just...
It is an honor to meet you, and as required by proper...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an...
Ah, Mr. Linney.
Wait.
Hmm? I saw you all. Allow me to introduce you to...
Whoa!
No offense taken. And by the way, there's someone sitting up there in the VI. I believe she is trying to... So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later.
Huh?
Very good. That is for the best. No...
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the...
All right, please...
Yay! The show is finally about to start! Oh! They're dimming the lights! The show must be starting! Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny. And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's
whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental power... Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some prep. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. Oh, and before... You never know what can happen in... A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless. Huh? But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes. It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do. Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Paimon didn't see him do anything. Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of...
If we could see easily through his to appreciate
Guess you're right.
Thank you everyone. But our magical journey has only just... The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are, in which case, I have So, for my next trick, I will require the Please, if my assistant, there are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here, and one is there in the aisle among the audience. I'm sure many of our lucky audience member and I will each... Now please, everyone pay very...
Wow! How's he gonna do... Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks? Or does Lenny have actual...
The lucky audience member will be generated. It selects number... Now then, let's begin. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you... I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. You don't need to do anything if the magic is in...
Oh.
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Could you all give me a countdown? Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh! Paimon kinda wants to...
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. Come on, repeat after me. 60.
60! 59! 58!
That's right, perfect!
54? Why aren't you counting, Nervous?
I am counting in my head. Merely a consequence.
Oh, alright. You look so serious that
40! 39! 38!
Mr. Linney, are...
Yes, I'm fine. It would be a disaster.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't... What was that noise? Did you hear it too? Not sure. Anyway,
25! 24! 23!
What's wrong, Mr. Lin...
I seem to have accidentally knocked...
Never mind.
No, that's unacceptable.
19! 18! 17!
It seems things aren't... It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can... 10 seconds and...
10!
Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? Nope, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
what happened? Huh? Is this... Mr. Lenny? You're going...
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was...
This performance is over. Medical staff with me.
Yes!
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the... Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced. Apparently, the fire, as of now, and after an initial, it appears that this and there are many.
That's the case that should...
I know. I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linney, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearance.
Huh? Why me?
No, this all occurred during your magic show, did it? Now that I think...
The camp... He was in the box on the stage the entire time. Besides, before the show, he told...
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina.
But with Lady Farina...
A kidnapping...
I mean, that's right. I mean you, Traveler. You'll support Linny, won't you? After... Then there's no problem. But with Linny's help, so no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and...
It wasn't a draw.
I understand. Well, Traveler, seems Lady Farina... Are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney? Very well. The trial will... Linney and his troop are all... The audience may begin...
A day isn't that...
Lenny!
Sorry about it.
Of course!
Yeah, I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but good to hear. I'm sure everyone sees... I don't know whether would ask for how that... Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician...
Which is precisely why we need to investigate! As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible. Paimon bought them when we were... Don't worry. Paimon used her own savings to...
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste, Lynette!
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't going to help me now. I need to get back, but with the guards watching good thing you agreed to be our attorneys.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, just like... Oh, since we're going to start
Oh, well.
The secrets behind our magic are past saving.
I suppose... 'tis true. But if revealing our secret, we should go somewhere else if we're...
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon? Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
Huh?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box. This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and we're unable. However, if you look carefully, the box was... All these factors lining up so perfectly makes... If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends?
Well...
So in justice, I know there's no such... I've seen a lot of cases. Sorry, I tend to... Anyway, you may investigate...
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here!
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to...
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
From mediating dispute, and I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and...
Huh?
Well...
My apologies, Demoiselle.
No need.
Okay.
I'll merely try... That's right. Judging from the look...
Really? Wait, but...
Intuition, naturally. Farina sure was quick, but that's not... Anyway,
Sounds more...
Well, what's your opinion? All right.
Wait a minute.
Well, in your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a
Well...
And why would that be?
Most astute, no matter how one... And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Melus. Anyway, I like your answer. You passed with flying. Now, I need to make some prep...
Wait! Since we're... That's more like it.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's You wish to say...
You have a point. And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something...
I have nothing to add.
Oh, alrighty then.
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Linny's tricks. Thanks!
no?
Were you always...
Yes, after the chief. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not...
I doubt that. How can you be so...
Well, I couldn't see Linny, but still, we Melazines...
So, it's safe to say... Alright, thank you for your help. This'll...
My apologies, but accent...
I see that you're If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, all right?
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. And I'll start it with that loud thud.
The thud?
Yes, exactly. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bait. I'm of the opinion that when the pyrotechnic...
Wait, was...
Perhaps the balance wasn't... Oh, that's true.
That does remind Paimon...
The investigation?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation.
You're trying to help them?
Linny used the machine to... Well,
It turns out that I'm sure you already know. In other words...
That much check...
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Lynn.
Go ahead, have a look around.
So this is the rope that... The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by firework, Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler? Whoa. Most of it was burned away, but there's... Wait, why don't you write all this down? Let's take notes.
The seats were all booked in advance. Sure, it's not... Her name is Halsey. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House. The Magic Troupe members, simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troupe at all.
Were the
That's how it seems to us.
Okay, then.
No need to be so... It is of utmost importance.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks.
You may spare the pleasant.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me? Sorry. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join us?
Oh, new helper?
Well, let's just say...
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic, remembering the detail.
Huh.
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from...
The back? You mean...
Very good indeed. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put two in... Exactly. All right, let's go.
Oh, so there was a...
I knew you'd figure out the two magic box. See this flat, the box with the...
This trolley can raise and lower, and even...
I see.
Precisely.
So that's how you...
Once the box was low, the audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark.
Right.
Ah, yes. My assistant and I had...
And what about Lynette?
I was in the mezzanine.
Oh.
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked. Wow.
Lynette would briefly, and then but as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our...
We really don't know...
If not for that and yet, could we have a look around?
This is the scene of the crime. So Linny and Lynette are not...
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now.
Thanks, everyone.
Why would it be him? How strange. Gosh, well, and that's why digging a tunnel just...
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which...
Oh! Paimon knows! And here's a broken vase. Let's no...
Oh, her clothes are here. But
right. Ugh. What is this place?
It seems someone could fit through.
Alone, perhaps.
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right! Let Paimon write the...
What's this?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh?
Perhaps it was a prop for a
Whatever it... Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes. Let's head... Well, we've ascertained the... Let's find a place to...
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the upper. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then! You know, like the kind you usually see in novels!
In other words, the charges are very likely to...
Charges and then trial.
That's right. This is how... That's right. The statements from both sides, to put it simply...
This also precludes any kind of...
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final... Then, finally, the oratrice will be consulted by officials.
Huh? So that machine is...
In practice, there... yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be...
Huh? Why?
Because we've chosen...
They're concerned that we might be colluding, and even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa! There's no need for that!
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the...
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together. I mean, what better way to...
Huh. Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all. Just kidding! Paimon will still do her best, even...
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Huh? Here? But how?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared.
I have eggs, sugar...
These three are quite the interesting group. And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven! Oh, it's even better now. Paimon can't stop drooling. From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself! Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything!
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Don't underestimate... Anyway. Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar...
Tea is ready to be served as well. No need for concern.
All right, then. However, the magician twins could...
Exactly! Why would...
The flower vase and the... resulting in the shadow... Perhaps the criminal...
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble...
True, but...
Huh. Could Halsey...
That's right. And even if she had to, nor does she have...
From the sound of things, your macarons are... What?
Please don't worry about it. At my...
No, besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough. Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? How could you? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach!
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal. Malus, set up the stove again if you would.
Huh? What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and all.
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
All right, thanks for your help and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
All right, it's time to put our hands...
parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette,
Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare. Here, take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
boring. Isn't there anything else more interesting to do?
What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing. Good plan. Impossible.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did...
To be honest?
No, no.
Well, now, don't you all look disappointed? That was to be expected, but don't let that stop you. I shall be terrible.
Since both parties... Firstly, in...
Yes, of course.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. You ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands.
Yes, that's...
In that case...
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly... There is no way...
That is simply your...
Oh,
The roaring countdown...
and you didn't hear...
No, nothing.
I see. But...
Huh?
Hey.
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard.
I was right by the box.
Look at those scales.
Well then, ladies and of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my... Tell me.
The House of the Hearth?
No wonder they did something.
So the serial disappearances...
I've got a feeling that...
That's irrelevant. All right.
Indeed. Your first priority is to... The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the info... Oh, good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-night...
Hey, Linny! What?
Order! Order! Miss First, when the... Are these claims... Please answer my...
I'm sorry. Yes.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might...
What should we do now?
Granted. In that case, what is...
Is that really necessary?
The defendant is...
Order! Oh, your request is reason...
In that case, my...
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Yeah.
Ugh. We based our entire not to set the wrong tone.
I'm very sorry. I know you've clashed with a Vatui, but our organization...
Right now, we want to save.
That's right. I knew if it weren't... That's why I didn't wish to... The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything... Right. You met a Fatus who works as a... But still...
Sorry.
Well, you both say it right.
Of course. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. During our investigations, we learned that from that moment on...
Is that why you needed a whole...
That's right. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement.
That air vent was created during the...
Well, what should have been... That voice seemed... On the way back, I saw the... After that...
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy...
That's the only way we...
So, there... It was never my wish, but like I said...
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Okay.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that if we want to refute the Hydro Arc... Huh?
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue...
At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linny's perspective. As the countdown began, when the flatbed trolley passed, he did not realize that the sound... Finally, he used the vase at this time. So Linny proceeded. Afterward, Linny... And there you have it.
Does the defendant's side have...
The key to refuting... Seems... Hmm. According to Linny... Linny went... Linny did not...
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something... When the countdown started, Linny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used it... Once he reached the crime scene, finally, he... Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to say all that! Wasn't it awesome?
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right! If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the...
Oh, they have a point.
That's right! Well, you're... Of course I do. If he... You're saying that he wasn't?
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought? too.
To think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Halsey is the missing... Could there have been a third person? Halsey is the missing Could there have been a third... The deceased's name is...
That can't be...
Oh!
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim. The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. The sound we heard may have come... No one entered or... Linny was not in the tunnel. The deceased's name is... Halsey's clothing was in the... It would have been tough for both... The sound we heard may have... It would have been tough for... The deceased's name is The sound we heard may have... The sound we heard may have come from a... Halsey's clothing was in...
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you...
Look, since we're at a dead end, just like the trick is
If only we knew...
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel... It's not like this is a magic trick where you...
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment. The sound we heard may have come from a The deceased's name is Cowell. The vase was not broken by chance.
Paimon gets... Lynette, if there's a...
How could a person ever be... Magic tricks...
Even so, the truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reason, since Cal was the deceased, but given that we aren't making much
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the...
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at it. Guards!
We are still examining the items. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage. The notebook in his back, the primordial. The note's contents also in the notebook has meant one of these tubes. The notes also as such, we...
You gotta be kidding.
Could something so...
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy.
Huh. If people can become water, does that... Wait just a minute. Could that mean...
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partner?
Let's go.
Order! Order! Still, guards, Mr. Linny.
Of course, if we uphold this...
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that...
The water from the primordial sea... Now it seems like the hook rope was not... The rope that held the water... The deceased's name is I remember there was something. Lynette was in the magic box. I remember there was. The deceased's name is. The rope that held the water. Lynette was in the magic box on stage. The water from the primordial. The deceased's name is.
Ahem. It's in the original plan. Cowl would tamper with the water tank rope, and when the magic box containing Halsey would slow it when the balloon afterward, but...
Huh.
That actually...
Oh dear. Now, it seems like his notes mentioned he hadn't...
On that note, the guard... I shall now invite him on...
Thank you, Your Honor. And we found...
What? That can't be.
Does this not, my dear? Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman, having made modifications, but upon his ultimately, he not now as much. Am I right?
We've used up all the evidence. Is this the end of...
Oh no. Paimon can't think of... seems...
I think we've all... I believe this is indeed... Now then, my... excuse me, everyone.
Miss, I must...
Oh, come on. I'll show you an amazing... What?
No offense, miss.
Come on now, don't... But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth? And wouldn't such a trick be the most... Come on, Linny, but as the magic makers and stars of the show...
I understand.
And voila.
Wait.
To be clear, I was hiding outside. I was just feeling... Where should I begin? Firstly, my name isn't I heard that Linny... That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. But I was noticed at the harbor.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. Liddy even mentioned that you were...
Well, and I thought that he even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. So I played... I wasn't going to There was no... I slipped out after...
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear, had I known that...
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now.
This time, we need... Hmm. 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 The strange... Hmm. Hmm. The flower of... Lillian was a...
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time! Having been selected, her panic only intense. Hearing the commotion, Cowl leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lillian had not dissolved. He did not know that mistakenly believing that the two broke the with no way of escaping. that
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting.
At this point, all the events.
So bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you... Please answer the question.
What? No, I have no further.
Wow. Look at that.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice, the actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, with some modifications to the select to cover up any evidence while he also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank. Using the fireworks at the end of he poured the water from. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel. If all had gone to plan, realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Liliane. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious. Liliane, according to her own statement. As for Linny, from this reconstruction... While there is much in Linny and Liliane's... This case, at least... As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Great work.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, how did you find...
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you...
I suspect that... I'm sure you know what...
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a...
We were supposed to place blame for the...
And now that your plan... Therefore you...
Yes, our boss. It can also be made. We've been in this...
And now he can no longer...
Such ruth.
An outrageous. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
So, we're just going back now? That's...
Traveler, Paimon! Please wait.
Linny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end. Even after you learned that I'm a member of... I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
That's right. Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found to my surprise, before long, and...
So you went from orphan...
That was how we felt at first, too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly...
That doesn't seem to...
After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited along the answer he gave.
Oh no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
As far as outsiders are concerned, This is a relationship akin to adoption. I managed to ferret. All I saw was the moonlit ground covered.
So...
That's right. Father, the House of the Hearth, I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, but she was also...
Oh, so that's how the...
She has her own plans. She has gained permission from the Saritsa to first use the Gnosis' power when she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the...
So...
That's right. Today's case has everyone at hotel... To us orphans, the only connection...
So, from small to...
It's all right. I just hope you can... If you should need anything at all in the...
Bye, Linny!
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
Silly
Hey there! What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do... Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
Besides! And given that there's...
Ah, I see. Sorry.
Don't say that.
Aw, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new... Wait,
Huh?
Well, anyway, it would just be a meal.
You don't have to twist...
Oh, wonderful.
All right, then. Let's have our farewell...
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Ooh, everything looks so good.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone.
Yeah. Oh, we called this a farewell meal.
Oh, trip.
Speaking of cases...
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward.
If it hadn't happened...
Right? Yet it was... In such investigations, even the smallest step, to be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities... It's not that I don't have faith. It's easy to guard, which is exactly why the Spina di... Those highfalutin folk aren't...
Seems Paimon thought...
It's all... Let's talk about something else. Like,
That's true. We didn't have a chance to...
I see. I've heard that there's a long line...
Yeah. Guess that's Spina di...
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending. All right, I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm... valid point. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of her...
You mean that if we catch her while she's... Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my No.
All right. Honestly...
Is that so? If we're all finished eating...
Yeah. Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore. Nah, that would be so... Hey, Navia, what
Oh, nothing. So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in in any case...
See ya!
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Yeah.
just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability. We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Something you wish to report? Go on. You have my undivided attention.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning.
Everybody stand back! Laid bare, overruled! This is where we fought. Now it's extinguished. Incinerate! transfixed. I hear the children singing.
Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's adventure team, assemble! Adventure time! Benny's adventure team, assemble! Oh. 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 Or not.
There aren't many people around to... Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again? Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water. Huh? Hang on. Hey, traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Vache, are you... No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? My memories feel... How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear... Yes, that is what I do not know how I came to be... No matter what... But now... No! The thought of me, if you meet Vache... Perhaps that is... If only I could have comforted him. Is that what you call... It was a state. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water. I think I hear your companion. Farewell, then.
Wake up! Come on, hurry! Navia's outnumbered!
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Chlorand? Quick, now's our chance! I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I
believe that follow-
Mr. Callus's last
Do not!
Sorry, Demoiselle.
Thank you for your aid.
Sorry,
Whatever.
I doubt I know much your performance tonight.
And what about the-
None of these mecha have- I can only conclude-
What? Your-
Yes.
I will continue and-
I do not think that-
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that...
I know, she's...
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were... Those Gardamex came... Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Chlorand.
Oh, come now. Forget as such.
It will take 50...
If it were me...
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger?
Well, to be honest...
Huh?
Yes. All thanks... After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases that the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky. Fanta only comes in sweet flavors, so how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Yes. So, if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
Huh. Really?
I sent people to Hotel de Bo. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger, and hurried here as quickly as I could.
What? Why would they go out?
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of. and almost got their name in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it can't be a coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. He said that he heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too, but it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then? Does that mean the...
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
New intel?
Well, let's... Oh. Vache. Since he saw that, but he never gave testimony. Yes, thank you. Oh, you mean...
Well, you did say that... And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let...
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so...
You talk too much. Well, in that case, we also have some plans to go.
Don't worry, you two.
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see.
It's right up ahead. sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch, Mademoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Huh. Very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue, traveler.
So, this is your base? It's not quite what Paimon imagined.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
After all, we don't allow
Seems like it's tough
to be
your father.
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me...
No. My father's name is Callus, 3 years ago.
Oh no.
But I do not believe at the time, but strangely, that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been...
so
That's right. However, I must know what really... If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am.
Demoiselle.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. Master Callus did so. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
But how could... never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve...
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Ms. Clorand.
Oh, her? Well, then, isn't that... Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
Ms. Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature. She knew Master Callus, but there was...
It's not that...
Don't worry, Navia.
Afterward, Ms. Clorand told... Yes, that is our understanding.
Oh, Papa. What... All right. Anyway, that's the information... thanks.
Yeah. Paimon's beat.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will...
slept so well. This place feels almost too safe. Huh? Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin.
Paimon gets the feeling, but...
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vache.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
How could I after having such Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vache person is a key witness in the incident.
Does that mean we're too late, though?
No. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette, a place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept. If the Oceanetti...
So Neuvillette, in that case, let's go talk to him, shall we? Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice. The Palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters. Huh. This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves that Neuvillette's files are really secure.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Yep. Paimon can tell. If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy, so please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Linny.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh, is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry, we're here on official business. You can trust us.
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
Thanks so much.
Please come in.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalet. We only lied to get in because we didn't know any other way.
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
So you're not mad at us?
We're looking for a man called Vacher. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
Who knew that Nervalet would be so easy to talk to?
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vacher has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years. There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Traveler? Is that so?
Ahem. Miss Navia, I can understand how your father Callus...
And what? Are you trying to No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should. It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold. If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel? Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die, despised and hated by all? Everything was hate. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you— Oh well, my apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Navia, are you okay?
I'm fine.
You're right.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
What is it? Did you think of something?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered in the rain. That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait. You don't mean...
So you're saying, yeah, and if that's what had happened...
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna...
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head... Great. Let's go then.
Whoa, what a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past. Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the city. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself...
Well, Melus, we're back!
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partners. You said before that you still had some...
You still remember, right, Melus?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that.
Could you tell us a...
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, at a glance, it was a...
Wait!
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea. If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions. And if you were to stop drinking, as he oversaw...
Boss's uncompromised... Not only that...
Yes. Recognizing that. The man's name was that night, but then... we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. Sounds just like Lenny. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene. Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, considering it now, It's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider whether— You're right.
Jacques was an empathetic. I think this. On that note, however, our opponent, even though Spina, there is no need.
If that's indeed what he wished for, was I not the closest person to him? What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect— Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful, did he think I've never accepted that. I want to find out the—
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and more importantly, Demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take this on.
So you do know something else, Malus?
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearances case. But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, Demoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been done, and the serial 5 years knowing all of this. But as long as if something were to happen—
Right, so nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take—
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look—
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the Unfaithful was still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
So he chose—
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. If Boss's spirit could hear, I'm sure—
No. Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now? Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case, he really didn't need to give me an easy way out. Malus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
it's the location where synth is produced. Essentially, it's the enemy's headquarters. When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to use it—
Why? If we know where the place is—
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious— There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture. But a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration of war. The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
Then, in that case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr.
But things—
You sound like you've put a lot of thought—
I am the butler. I've always been willing to take on any kind of—
Thank you for all of that, Malus.
Let me think. When I announced orders to the organization's members on if the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders. After several— The first?
Huh?
Yes, so thanks to his— There's someone else like him, too. Marcel.
Uncle Marcel.
It's a guild in Poisson. Boss helped it to grow to its current size and prominence. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around with a lot of business connections in the city.
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support. It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information. Although the guards since Thierry—
I see. To think that the—
If you want to—
Of course.
You're too kind. And before I forget, proving after that incident, if it might help.
Aw, thank you so—
A new case awaits, my dear partner. I hope we can work.
It is settled, then. Please excuse me, and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
Oh. Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
I'm sorry that I only— But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques?
You don't understand.
I didn't know how to face you. I know.
I'm sorry. On the matter regarding my husband,
would you mind sharing it with me?
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. he tried to be—
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly. Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized. I don't know that for sure. But you could say that's— Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callous, even if he— But Mama,
Why is Papa always want? Well, yeah. Then you should hold on, regardless of.
Oh.
Thank you for everything you've told me.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to hear this from you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
You really think so? That's the.
Are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next. Florence should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city. I'll get myself together on the way, so please don't worry.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned into...
Yeah, I've heard.
It also after my partner, can you do me a favor and try to...
After that, my first react, but when I got there...
So you also remember...
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callis had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think...
At least from the gun he was holding probably belonged to...
Yeah, that makes a lot. But hold on. He didn't even... Did he lose all...
I'll tell you everything.
I understand. And if I may... Many people have... But it was Mr. Callis, no matter what other...
Don't worry. You and all are...
Something you wish to report? Go on. You have my undivided attention.
I see. Thank you so much. The Adventurers Guild has been overwhelmed these days.
No worries at all. We've always valued the strength of adventurers. Given the current situation, it's vital that we all work together. Since we're facing the same enemies, I'll send you the intel we've collected on the Abyss so far. Then we can take a look at how to coordinate our efforts.
All right. Thank you so much.
Hi, Catherine. It's us. Got any new commissions?
Ah, you two have come just in time. I've got some good... Given how the Abyss... So the Pyro are... Once we receive word of enemy activity... Yeah,
So that's the plan. Whew, we can finally stop and take a break. Keeping that land safe and sound.
the movements of the... Once the disaster...
Oh, right. Most people have no idea.
Huh? Is that the Traveler in Paimon?
Hello! Oh, hey, Kachina! Are you feeling better now?
Yep. No, I heard that the Pyro Archon is gathering... Oh, by the way, she said that she's a...
Wow.
She's always got a pile of commissions on her plate. So you usually have to wait a while before she finishes something. Well, I've already said she wouldn't turn me...
Hey, have some confidence in yourself.
On second thought... Ad Astra...
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see.
Shilonin, I brought the person who needs an ancient name. He's super amazing, and I've already learned tons of stuff from him.
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the reputation. Wait, are you...
Yep, we're trapped.
No, I mean...
Huh? You're saying the Pyro Archon did...
No, the only thing she said is that a new hero had pledged himself to the plan. And she did, but I seem to understand where the true difficulty lies now.
Are you upset?
No, I wouldn't go that far. I'm used to it, really. I just need a moment to process things. The Pyro Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to argue a lot. Honestly, it's probably for the better that she didn't bring this up at the time. Anyway, I can't argue with her if she isn't here, and it'd be pointless to take my anger out on someone else. But, just because I understand her as you probably know, we forge ancient names by engraving the heroic deeds of an individual who will become the first hero of that particular name.
Yeah.
But they were all...
Yeah, that's right.
Then those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it, only memories, and even
Seems though I have...
Mawika, of all people, should know better than anyone. Yet she's still entrusted the task of forging the ancient name to me.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy being asked to do the impossible.
Why do I feel like this has happened before? I think last time
Shilonen just ended up running dozens of laps around the hills nearby.
Ugh, don't remind me. Let's just,
You mean you're already willing to accept the task?
Well, what else can I do? What's happened is already done. If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an indispensable part of our plan, and that I'll be able to find a way to make it happen. In other words, the order is an affirmation of my abilities.
Whoa, not only has she accepted the task, but now she's looking for silver linings? Yeah! Let's see if we can find some special...
The key is getting the Wyab to somehow acknowledge...
We heard the voice of a Wyab when we were in the Night Kingdom before. We even had a whole conversation with her. If we can talk to her again, maybe we can figure something out together.
Well, every tribe has their own Wyab. How do we know if the one you met isn't... Plus, considering the unprecedented nature of this situation, I have a feeling that the acknowledgement of one Wyab... I don't know. We need to find a consultant who's an expert on all things Night Kingdom and Wyab. The first person who comes to mind is Lali at the Masters of the Nightwind. The one we call Granny Eats Tali.
Oh, we've heard that name before. We used her Spirit Speaker stone to find Kachina's ancient name. A person who can make something like that must be pretty impressive. I'm unsure she'd be able to help.
Still, she's older now and quite eccentric. It's hard to even book a meeting with her, given that she's constantly holed up in her room and doesn't like to be disturbed. I've heard that to get her help, you have to be extremely patient with her and know how to keep her spirit up.
I hate to break it to you, but...
Huh.
Well, yeah. Huh?
Great going, Moeka. In that, I'll also write you.
Oh! I'm unsure hopes of how...
All right, Kanichi's a season.
Great. Then I'll...
Please just give me a...
Sounds good. We'll take a stroll and...
I'm sorry to put this on you, Kanich. It's just that you're probably... Oh, wait.
Mm-hmm. But the Pyro Archon... Right. She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Shilonen is one of 4 that have already been acknowledged.
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us. Having companions walk by your side is perhaps the best solace when facing such a bleak reality.
Odd, huh?
Given how the Masters of the Nightwind left, I've never met Aurora.
Huh.
Huh, so...
Yeah. Plus, we kinda owe...
yeah.
Take care out there, Kanich. I'll be heading back as a...
Okay, then let's... Something you wish to report? Go on. You have my undivided attention.
Hey, Thierry, it's me.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, okay.
are you sure there isn't?
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson. Callis did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Yes. What happened at the...
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that... If you want to go through your...
That'd be much appreciated.
Of course. Why do you ask?
Well, So... if you...
If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it. If you try to make unreasonable, removing a cereal nut, so I can promise you, they're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be...
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Jokes aside, I'll be staying in the city for... I'll see what I can do for you in Spina di Rosula when it comes to guard stuff, but...
Welcome to Palais Mermonia.
Welcome to the Navia line. I am Elfan. The boat will be departing imminently. Please do not stick your head, hands, or other body parts outside the boat. The Aquabus operator is not responsible for any accidents or injuries resulting from doing so.
Hello. How may I help you? I'm here to see Marcel. Sure. I will...
Ah, Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive. To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in...
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right?
Yes, I was...
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an... If not for the vigil...
Alas. But rest assured now, if anyone dares to lay their hand...
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. Do you have any new thoughts?
The confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
Oh, it's okay.
Sounds good. All my wealth come...
We've talked to all three suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
Anyway.
But where should we start? Ah, you're right!
According to Jacques...
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
Oh? And why is that?
Ooh, that's a good point.
Huh. So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the Order and seek protection from my father. Makes sense. Besides, Jacques, it's obvious that our enemy has...
Do you think he...
Given everything that... But who among the three suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex? Thierry? But...
Yeah. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Uncle Marcel, and with funds from the still really hard. Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of Mora and energy to... Florent? But...
So you're saying...
Exactly. He... Who could it be? You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well. The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Yes. Malus did say that we need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are. Oh,
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards?
yeah,
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
What?
Yeah.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. It's absurd.
Wait, how? No.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll...
Right. Because...
Yeah.
Huh? Split up? What do you mean? Since this is a trial, you're right. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you.
We'll help you.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malus, Silver.
We heard. It's our hope that...
Thank you so much. Then, let's make haste for Irenaeus. Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
See you then! Now that Navia has set out for Irenaeus, we should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over. Huh. According to Malus... Let's go and try to find the entrance. Finally found it! Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all. Ah, you're right. An important place like this is bound to... Navia's probably...
It would appear that I must repeat. Do you accept the charge?
To be perfectly honest, however, I did hear. In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorend, right? I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back.
Hey! Don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fight.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
no. That's not what I meant.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly. And we have made. In that case, let.
That case had nothing to.
Huh? What's going? Why?
I told you.
Miss Navia, this is the second, but that was an exception.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics? We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial and if my
Oh, so, Your Honor, is there nothing else for—
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted. Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person... Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabriere!
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Yes, I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court. Members of the guards, please come. Mr. Marcel.
Apologies. It all just happened so quick. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is—
Very well. In that case,
I would like to take it only through elucidate.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your— Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefit. If that's enough to make—
I think exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh—
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage. On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a country. During the banquet, when the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound. The guards' investigation did not— The suspect did not dispute Callus was defeated by These are the known facts.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger. After that, however, the testimony, how unfortunate. This assassin. A pile of— But since it— Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
Ah, so that's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
But I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact—
Then, may I ask, 1, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
I'm afraid not. Boo!
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearance,
That makes sense to...
Maybe she's scared.
Alternatively,
My second question has to do with the ensuing... Then why didn't Mr. Callis explain himself in court? If he had...
I thought about this. The dissolving power my father could have exposed at that time. Spina di Rosu. What was certain, however, was...
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought and of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine, but what good would that do? How had this up? But by staying silent, I was able to become Spina di Rosu, and once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge...
So, you mean to say, you're...
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need... I don't need your... But since he entrusted his will...
So...
As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken account in my line of work. Just one look and I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr.
Since that's your testimony,
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have...
Right? What she said was fast.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases, in my father's case, the culprit intended to kill, and at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at the culprit could only time their action so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and...
So that's why I'm used to it, though.
No need to appeal.
I won't try to... On top of that, does a person have to be physically present?
Know what she can say to that.
I know that even with that, alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt? But if I were to just... Do you know what the big...
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, Demoiselle. This was my mistake.
No.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the... You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friend... Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable...
Seems like she got... At this rate, not...
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings, but aren't you going... He wished for you to become more... Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things.
This isn't just about me. The biggest difference, the people whose many people's images, and whose image is it a man? Oh, so you do know that name. I was Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières!
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, and if the
Yes.
In that case, I declare members of the guards. Mr. Marcel.
I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial...
Navia, come on. If that's enough to me...
Exactly correct, Your Honor.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage. On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières. During the banquet, all attending, when the guests arrived at the scene, the guard's investigation did not, the suspect did not dispute. Callus was defeated by champion. These are the known facts about the case.
The one, in truth, after that, however, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea. The testimony, however, this assassin. A pile of, but now, since realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was.
Ah, so that's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
What a great theory.